Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here, live on board the Queen Mary 2. Jen and I have made it. We're alive and well, and we're ready to leave Hamburg. I think our ship takes off in about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. For the seas, the open seas, we'll be in the ocean, in the North Sea area here, heading towards the English Channel. All day tomorrow. Very slow boat here. We're not going very fast, and we'll end up in Southampton day after tomorrow. Uh, Drop off passengers, pick up passengers, and then we go to Le Havre for the next day, and then we have 7 days to New York City. So welcome everybody. We're on our way back to New York. 10 days from now, we'll be there. The 25th of October and the 26th. Jen and I will be at Carmine's for Saturday, 1 o'clock to about 3 o'clock. For lunch, and if you'd like to join us for a meet and greet at Carmine's, 44th Street at Times Square, let me know with a private email and we'll add you to the list. Thank you all for joining us today. Are you excited? Are y'all pumped up? Are y'all jazzed up about SoFi? You should be. You deserve to be pumped up about SoFi. You have earned everything good that is coming your way on SoFi. What you saw yesterday with 100 and whatever million, I think we traded 120 million shares in the pre-market, the market, and the post yesterday, the aftermarket. With that kind of volume, that is telling this guy a whole bunch of institutional investment money is coming into this stock. This isn't just mom and pop $500 share investors hoping it'll go up a couple of dollars and they're going to flip it. This is serious investing going on for the long term, because Anthony Noto with his group and the Fortress people have announced a blockbuster deal between the two organizations. And I think what we found out yesterday, this $2 billion investment being made by Fortress, is, I believe, the tip of an iceberg. I believe there are deals behind this amount that we're going to hear about for quarter after quarter after quarter going forward. And I believe that the SoFi entity is going to be so much larger than it has been, all in the next short while and long term. This is a long-term partnership that is being put together here. There are 1,900 institutional partners of Fortress Investments. 1,900. Think about that. 1,900 hedge funds, mutual funds, ETFs, and other partners, pension plans, you name it. I believe that SoFi has just been exposed to a group of investing entities that might represent more than $500 billion of capital out there in the whole scheme of things, because Fortress manages 40, 50 billion itself. These entities invest in Fortress. They have more behind it than what they've put into Fortress. So this is the beginning of a huge beginning of awareness of how powerful and profitable SoFi is going to become. The street knows nothing. The average investor is clueless. You might talk to friends at work and other people you know that are in the market, or they may not even know what SoFi does. SoFi is kind of a household name because of the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, but the company and in its share history and its prospects are really not fully appreciated. And that is the good news, actually, because it shows me how much upside is still to come from an awareness point of view, and how these shares can be held globally by a massive amount of people. I really believe that any of you out there who are into this stock at $5 and $6 and $7 and $8 a share, and you've been toughing it out, and you've been just taking abuse from friends and golf buddies and anyone who knows that you're into SoFi, and they've been teasing you for the last year about, oh, you still, how's that SoFi doing? Hey, are you making any money on that thing? Those of you who've had to tolerate that garbage, the payoff is coming your way very quickly. And there are I am convinced there are gazillions of investors out there who are waiting at a train station platform somewhere, hoping for the train, the SoFi train, to get in on it. And they missed it. They don't even realize it. They're standing on the platform hoping for the shares to come down to $7 so they can get in. It's over. I think it's over. I think those days have happened, and now it's into the teens. And we've got a lot of corporate developments that are going to be happening here going forward, including in 2 weeks, the release of the third quarter financials. The end of September was the third quarter. That was the fourth quarter in a row of profits for SoFi. And now think about the next quarter and the quarter after that, what they're going to look like. Because this 850 million they raised 6 months ago is fully into the business. 2 billion they just got their hands on will be fully into the business. On top of that, that's 2.8 billion of fresh cash turning over and generating revenue for the company that will start to be reflected in financial releases. We are in early days here, really early days for massive corporate results. The growth rate of SoFi on how many members they're adding every quarter, it's over 2.2 million a year now, and I bet you it's 2.5 by now. Their membership numbers are going to grow into the 20-40 million neighborhood or more. What are they at right now? 6-7 million? Nothing. It's a nothing burger at this point. The street has no idea. Really, on average, no clue. Only those who are aware of SoFi and have been really into it understand the complexity, the depth, the width of SoFi's net, how wide their net is to catch fish, to make money. It's incredible. This whale that came in yesterday is the beginning of a huge wave that's coming the company's way. So, kids, congratulations. If you have a $5 average, a $6 average, 7, 8, 9, if you have been writing cash secured puts on SoFi, if you converted your stock and then wrote cash secured puts and took big premiums, congratulations. You're getting a payoff that is just going to keep giving and giving and giving, and you deserve all of it. Those of you who are sitting on stock and are looking forward to writing options, your day is coming. Your day is coming. And when you do start to write options on your shares, covered calls, you're going to be shocked at how much money you're bringing in, because you bought the stock at $6, $7, $8, $9. You averaged it down because you got into it when it first came out in 2021, and you finally got your average down under 10 and then under 9 and under 8. When you start receiving $3, $4, and $5 premiums from call options that you're going to be writing, it's going to be like a Will Smith dope slap across the face. And you're going to go, holy crap, I'm bringing in half the money that I paid for this stuff on my first covered call option right. What? I'm getting 50% return on my investment on my stock average. This is massive. Yes, it is. It is massive. And that's what happens with those who get in early. When you get in early like you have, and believe me, you got in early, you're going to be rewarded now. The rest of the market is going to be very comfortable paying $15 and $20 a share for SoFi stock. They're not going to mind it at all. What they're buying at that point in time, whether it's a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, when they're paying $15 and $20 a share and more for SoFi, they're buying projected earnings going forward to 2026, 27, and 28. That's what they're buying. You guys were buying the kind of turnaround that this company was involved with for 2024, 2025. And here we are at near the end of 2024, and your payoff is starting to show. So there you go. Well done, each and every one of you. Take a look at this here. I copied off a couple of charts, and I thought I'd show you. This is the last week on your SoFi shares. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can see how we were in that mid 8 level last week, and then finally got to the $9 level and broke out because of this major announcement yesterday. Here is a 1 month chart. Now you can see how in the last month we were below the $8 level into the sevens, and here is the 6 month chart. And look at July, June and July, look at the bottom there. And that is where a lot of you folks were being not well treated by people in the know that knew you were into SoFi with $6 and $7 and $8 averages. You were probably really getting it in the left ear from certain people back in July. But you toughed it out. You didn't sell the shares. You didn't give up on it. You were here with us, and you knew that Uncle Bruce is telling you, just hang tough. Don't worry about it. It's going to be all right. The company is piling on the money. They're going to do incredibly well. You're going to be rewarded well. Here we are at $10. Thank you very much. It's a start. It's the beginning of the beginning. A couple of things to keep in mind. SoFi's high of the year, 52-week high, 1049. That is a key number to remember, $10.49. Right now we're at $10.15. It looks like we're at $10.15 in the pre-market, give or take. If we break the $10.49 level during the market hours today, that will be the highest level for the stock in 52 weeks. That technically is a big deal, quote unquote, a big deal. That is a forward-moving momentum trader, and we'll go through 11 like nothing, like a hot knife through soft butter. The other thing to remember is once the shares break 11 and into the 12 neighborhood, we have the next key number coming up right in front of us. I know it, most of you know it, but the street will learn about it. $14.54, the next big number coming up for SoFi. That number, $14.54 or higher per share. You trade that sucker over there, that's like hitting 88 miles an hour. You're going to see some serious shit. This stock is going to go for a run after that because they are going to take $850 million of IOUs that they have with institutions. They're going to swap $850 million of IOUs with stock at $7.27, free trading stock at $7.27. It's not coming from the Treasury. The company has a stock option. They have a call option on their own stock, on the company's stock. They paid $80 million to buy their own stock option. They have the right to call stock at $7.27 a share for 120 million of them to swap $850 million in debt for paper. In effect, they're taking an $850 million IOU and turning it into $850 million of paid up capital. This is a $1.7 billion swing in asset value for the bank. The bank ratios are just going to explode positively, running the market to $20 a share. And I might be wrong. It could go to 25. I don't know. But 1454 is a big number, huge number. The closer we get into that range, the momentum just carries it because it's a done deal. It's like the roulette wheel is going to end on 00, and so you just bet on 00 because you know that's where the marble's going. This is what's going to happen at 1454. This is a done deal. Huge, beautiful range trade and financing done through Anthony Noto and Goldman Sachs about 4 or 5 months ago. And at the time, 4 or 5 months ago, back in the summer, when the stock was at its low, that's when the street mistakenly thought that raising $850 million was the wrong thing to do and was diluting the company's stock. Far from it. The complete reverse. In my humble opinion, 300 million shares will be shorted the moment the stock hits 1454. Because we're going to have to add 120 million to the 180 million that are short right now, and that puts a short position of 300 million theoretically in the system. Now, how it all worked out and who did what and who's covering themselves and who bought stock down into 7, 8, 9 level, I don't know, and I don't care. At the end of the day, SoFi is 1.7 billion better off on an asset move. Yesterday, they raised $2 billion in capital. No risk there. It's a win-win for all parties. This company is completely different than it was a year ago. Completely different. And the street doesn't know it. They don't get it, and that's the best part about the way it's going. It's just fantastic. You guys are going to be just sitting back, folding your arms, like I keep telling you to, and get ready to rumble, kids. It's going to be one hell of a ride coming up, and your payoff is much deserved. It's about time, more than about time, and every nickel you guys are going to haul in from writing call options, poor man covered calls, credit spreads, cash secured puts, all earned by option writers. And that's what we've been doing around here. We're waiting for the payoff on this one. In the meantime, of course, there's GameStop, there's Rocket Lab, there's credit spreads on NVIDIA, there's trades available on Apple, on the SPYs, the triple Qs. If you've taken my option classes and you're taking the 17 that we've put together here for you, you're understanding the nuances of how options work. You're quickly figuring out, oh, yeah, gee, with the retirement account that we have, the best course of action for us is to look at writing covered calls. For some of you who have TFSAs in Canada, it might be credit spreads. For those of you with margin accounts and a very conservative streak, you're not very aggressive, you might be very happy with cash secured puts. You might be very happy with covered calls. There are so many ways to use the options market to bring capital into your account in a comfortable way for you. And this is where 90 to 95% of anyone you want to talk to about stock options will not be able to help you, because in their mind, all they've ever heard about with regard to stock options is that it's gambling with leverage and you're going to get your butt handed to you. And if you are an option buyer and you're not an option writer, well, then you are asking for it. You are eventually going to get your nut handed to you. If you're a writer, you have got so many ways to protect yourself and change the rules of the game, just like casinos change the rules in Las Vegas. You become the casino, you are going to be in the control position, and you're the big winner, because this is what institutions have done since option trading has been invented. The option game has been around since the 70s, and the kind of option writing we have now is using one of these devices right here. And I'll tell you, this machine has changed everything about the investment business. And there are now people on board ocean liners, people in RVs, people on vacation in Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Bali, Vegas, Florida, wherever they are, writing options, because this device right here is the big liberator. This lets you out of the house, lets you out of a cubicle, and you can manage your assets by writing options anywhere on the planet, any way you want. And so, welcome to the party on this channel. Welcome to this YouTuber. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. Those of you who have become members of this channel, can't thank you enough. If you are a member of this channel, like our new member today, Eddie, has joined us, I cannot thank you enough for doing this. The number of people who watch me every day varies, but I can tell you that if you don't have at least 10,000 viewers at a time, you're not making any money from advertising from YouTube. You're getting a couple of bucks. You're not paying any bills. You certainly can't afford to be on an ocean liner in Hamburg, Germany. It's memberships that carries this channel. It is the classes that you're acquiring that carries this YouTuber and this channel. And of course, it is your generous donations when you score the big one. When those of you send us a donation on PayPal and say, thank you, Bruce, for changing our lives, those help a lot too. Thank you all so very much. For those of you who need one-on-one help and you want to have a private session with me to go over your trading, to go over your situation, uh, what kind of account you have, how much capital you have, what your risk tolerance is, I'm more than happy to have a one-on-one on-camera, private on-camera consultation. I'll record it and send it to you so that you can rewatch it as many times as you like. And we'll go over where you're at and what you're about, and I'll try to guide you down the road. But you've got to take the classes, because if you don't know what you're talking about. And it is incredible to me, has always been incredible to me through all the years I've been in the brokerage business in the past, how many people try to become an option writer without knowing what they're doing. It's shocking to me how many folks actually write options and certainly trade options without any knowledge whatsoever. They don't know what they're doing. And it is dangerous as hell to jump into a pool without knowing how many crocs are in it. I mean, it's just not a good idea. Sometimes the ocean looks so inviting, but it's full of sharks. You've got to be careful. You have to be aware of your surroundings. And this is why I implore you again and again, you want to become an option writer, you want to become good at it and have it change your life so that you become a casino and not a gambler, you better know how the rules are stacked and how the game is played. And so I'm showing 17 classes at this point on my website that you can go to when you're ready to do so. And it will give you the ground floor basics. The easiest way to do this, to become an option writer, is take my first two classes, number 1 and number 2. And then from there, open up a practice account with any of these online platforms that are out there. And you can then write options in practice accounts using live quotes. And you can literally just watch and read what my viewers say over here. They talk about the trades they're doing. You can literally copy them and go, okay, well, I'm going to try it. This viewer just wrote 10 cash secured puts on GameStop. I'm going to write 10 in my practice account. I'm going to track this trade. This viewer here is writing 15 covered calls on whatever. I'm going to do that trade in my practice account. This viewer is doing covered calls. This viewer is doing a credit spread. This viewer is doing that. The more you take the classes, you'll understand how these trades work. You'll start replicating some of these trades, and then you'll fold your arms, and you'll day after day you'll watch to see how they're doing, and then you'll find out for yourself: is there shrinkage in the market? If there's shrinkage in these contracts, does that make me money? How? You'll see it for yourself live in these practice accounts. It's the only way you're going to know. Keep taking the classes beyond 1 and 2. You're going to learn a lot about the little things about the option market and how to do poor man covered calls. What's the 90-10 rule? How to do stink bids and stink offers. How to do cash secured puts. How to do credit spreads. How to do condors. You're going to learn a lot about the option market, which at the beginning sounds too much. I can't possibly learn this much, is what you'll say. You do one class at a time when you're ready. This is what you're going to do for the rest of your investing life. Then take 6 months to take these classes, or take 3 months to take these classes at your pace. Once you acquire these classes, you can watch them as many times as you want. And if you have any questions about the classes, join us live and send me a question, or send me a private email, or let's have a one-on-one session and we'll get into it from there. Welcome to the party, kids. We've only just started. Head to the website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, get some classes under your belt, and understand what these kids over here are doing, because they're making money in this market. Deep Value of the Options is here. So is Andrea. Good morning. The big E has shown up. Sharon is here. Richard is here. Way to go, everybody. Woody is here. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Larry Titus, good morning, everybody. Stephen Butler, I am your 22nd thumbs up today already. Thank you, all of you who are hitting the thumbs up button without me even begging for it. Thank you so much. Bobby Atkinson is here. Is this thing on? John Anderson, Sky High Kite, D.H. Ruda, Amy, Corinne is here. Thank you, Ebby. I had to become a Gold Bagel member after such a crazy week. It's been wild. Bobby, lots have and lots have not. Deep value. Welcome, Ebby. Best choice you can make becoming a Gold Bagel member. Hey, can you make another poll? Cutting Edge Flex. Hey, Bruce. Thank you all. Welcome, one and all. Jeff Glass, just 200 shares of SoFi at 742 for me. John Biscuit, I got 14,000, baby. I'm ready to write 140 calls. Let's go. Joe Scotia, wrong time to talk about icebergs. Richard Carlin, GameStop collaboration with PSA. All right. John Biscuit, average 1045, laughing out loud. Welcome all of you to the program. Thank you for joining us. I do have a poll question going today. Would love to know if you want to participate in that. Please hit that thumbs up button if you can while you're working on that poll question. There are 124 thumbs up so far today. We did 280 yesterday, guys. Thank you for 280 thumbs ups, especially you rerunners. Those of you watching on the rerun came through for us. Thank you. The poll question here, 234 answers have already come in. That's 110 more than the thumbs up meter. I love that SoFi is back to the $10 a share area. I own less than 5,000 shares, 5 to 10,000 shares, 10 to 20,000 shares, and over 20,000 shares. We have 64% of you are responding less than 5,000 shares, 14% of you between 5 and 10,000 shares, 11% of you saying 10 to 20,000, and another 11% saying I have over 20,000 shares of SoFi. Well done, all of you. Let me know. Answer the poll question. Hit the thumbs up button and give us a hint and an idea how much you're doing out there. Pretty cool stuff. Slayer, good morning to you. Good morning, y'all. Let's rock and roll. Success for everybody here today. Adam, Tasty Live, we're just very dismissive. Yes, gone up 12% yesterday, but we used to be $25. Harry, the North America, it can get pretty rough this time of year. I was on that run steady for 5 years carrying tanks to Bremerhaven for the military. We're talking about the ocean that we're going to be on here. The realist, I remember you told me not to get $8 call for SoFi. Luckily, I didn't listen. I probably told you to write cash secured puts, or I probably told you just to buy the stock. But whatever, KY thinks it's going to 12. Jeff, is buying deep in the money calls on SoFi today a bad idea after the recent run-up? Or recent gap up. Well, if you're buying deep in the money calls that are out into 2026, 2027, and you can get them for under the 90-10 rule, then you might want to consider that. And you might use those down the road as a way to write poor man covered calls. For those of you who own the shares, you're just sitting there folding your arms saying, go shares, go, just go. And you'll be writing calls down the road. You may find that if the shares reach 15, 17, you might sell your shares at that point, turn around and buy $6, $8, $10 cash secured or deep in the money calls, and leverage up how many calls you can now write. Instead of writing 15 or 20 or 50 or 100 calls, you might be able to write double those numbers. And there's the excuse to quit your day job because of the cash flow you can bring in. Again, we'll go over this when the time happens. It'll all come together. Welcome all to the party, pal. I think we're up and ready to start trading here. It's great to see you. Looking for a fun day here. Hector, number 68. Good morning, everybody. Flint Creek, good. GameStop news partnership with PSA card grading service stock is going up in the PM. Harry, Jeff Glass, I'd be selling cash secured put 12 Jan 26 myself. Zod, good morning, Bruce. Flint Creek, GameStop to become an authorized professional sports authenticator division dealer. PSA to provide authentication and grading services for trading cards through select GameStop stores. Interesting. The man, 2 Jan 25 GameStop 30 calls for $2 premium and a Jan 2026 SoFi $10 put for $235 premium. All money is not working for me. I'm not sure what he's saying there. Flint, really, that's all right. SoFi going to 11. Splayer wants to know. Flint, yes, news just hit. Saw it go for 21.80 within seconds. Harry, off topic, MSTR is paying $75 for ATM Jan at the money. Jan 26 cash secured puts right now. Crazy stock though, so be careful. There you are, Splayer. Have a good day, everybody. Christopher, I love Bruce's Back to the Future references. Arvind, Uncle, what's your take on BB and Carvana? Thank you. Haven't got a take on them. I don't follow them very closely. The Carvana people have gone through gyrations in the last 3 years. Unbelievable. But I don't have an opinion on them. Gio, would you add more at today's price? I think it's going to 20 plus. So, you buy the shares. I'm a long-term believer in it, but, they fluctuate, don't they? If the shares back off to 950, will you be upset with me that they backed off to 950? I need to go into 20, but not this afternoon. Arvin, Uncle, what's your take on BB? Anyway, this is the same question. Lorraine, good morning. 101 thumbs up. I just did my civic duty. Dean, I want to start, but it's not easy to understand. That's why you start with lesson number 1. Here we are. Geo saying there's literally hundreds of flooded cars in Florida that are going to be replaced. There's got to be increased sales for Carvana, brings in cars from out of state. Mike, Bruce, I wrote 10 covered calls on SoFi, $8 strike expiring October 18. They die this Friday. Should I try to roll further out and up to 9? Yes, and yes. Absolutely. Try to get out to 10 if you can. Real Adventures, does it always have to be a sales pitch? This channel has great information. We don't get enough of it with all the sell pitches. Well, I got a lot of newbies coming through here wondering, what's this guy talking about? What are the thing with options? What can I say? Mr. Premium, happy Tuesday. Time to fill our pockets. Country Pride. I have 10, 25, October 25, $11 calls. Profit now, but feel it'll increase substantially. What are your thoughts? You're so close to the end. You're gambling and you're on the wrong side of the trade. That's my opinion. Carvana, I don't know. Real Adventures, we get it. Can we talk more about the market now, please? We get it. Real Adventures, he's also talking about the process of starting to write options for new people. So not everyone gets it. There you go. How insulated is SoFi from the looming commercial real estate loan disaster? If they're not exposed to CRE, how could it benefit CRE bubble burst? Well, they're not into commercial real estate in any big way. That's not their specialty, so I doubt there's any issues there. Good morning, everybody from Dude. Who cares? Good morning, Uncle Bruce and going gang. Go SoFi. Cindy B. Good morning. Bagel Babe. I'm here. Real Adventures. But does it have a 1090 pitch or whatever? Jay Gill. Good morning. B. Griggs. My first post here. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Charlie C2, number 114. Dings to have a 1,600 shares at 1017, baby. Dude, yes, it must be 90% sale pitch. That is the way. Okay, Real Adventures. Crime. All right, what else is going on here? Good morning, says Spicy. I wrote 20, 50 puts. What do we got here? I wrote something puts on GameStop. I got 64 cents for them out 2 weeks. These last Friday, I'm looking for 50%. Okay, I don't know what that is, Spicy. I can't quite read it. Anyway, Larry Titus, the bells have rung. Thank you, my friend. Bagel, babe, should I buy more SoFi? I already have a lot. Uncle Bruce, when the stock goes up, it won't be enough. I think this is a lot. Arvid BB, thanks for your thoughts. Uncle, whatever, DH Roulette, neat. We're up and running. This is it. Jason Law says, this is good news. I need some cards graded. I'm tired going through shady dealers. I'll just go to GameStop instead. Let's see. I didn't invest in SoFi. I just don't. I don't think it would go to $20. Steve Morgan, yo, Bruce, been a while. I'm holding 900 plus coin and looking to write calls. Jason didn't invest in SoFi just for it to go to 20. Let's see what else is going on. Welcome all. Have you given up on 23andMe? No. Westergaard, up and away. SoFi, DU to 1025, Bruce. Ed is saying, by the way, holding 5,100 shares at 640 average. 100 of those shares I bought with quarters I found over the years in coin return. In Coke machines at work. Giddy up, baby. Have a great day, everybody from 37 Rocco. And that 100 shares is for my 7-year-old son's college fund, says that. Nice going ahead. Well done, everybody. Welcome to the program. Thank you for joining me and being here today. We'll watch and see what happens here with SoFi this morning. It's pretty exciting stuff. Thank you again for popping in here, giving us thumbs ups. Thank you for those of you who are members, who are becoming members, especially you Gold Bagel members. We love you. Thank you all very, very much. There we go. We're going member comment only right now. So if you'd like to comment or send me a question during these market trading hours, Become a member of the channel. Help us out. And thank you all for being here. 151 thumbs up so far. It's pretty darn good. You gotta love that. The poll question has now got 267 votes. Thank you for participating in that. The number of shares people own 5 to 10, less than 5,000 shares, 65% of you. 5 to 10,000 shares, 14%. 10 to 20,000 shares, 11%. And over 20,000 shares, 10% of you. That's 27 of you own more than 20,000 shares. About 30 of you own between 10 and 20,000. Close to 40 of you own 5 to 10,000, and the rest here, about 2/3 of you, about 180 of you are between 0 and 5,000 shares of the stock of SOFI. If you've got 5,000 shares of SOFI, you're going to be writing 50 covered calls down the road, and if you can get $4 a contract on 50 calls, that is 20 G's in your hands. Nice reward for hanging out with this stock, waiting. Pronounced E-Dog. Thank you, E-Dog. Spicy. It's okay. I wrote puts on GameStop. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Steve Morgan. I'm a new member of this channel. I want to comment when you're it's member only. Thank you, my friend, for doing so. I do appreciate it. Nice to have you all here with us today. Giddy up, SOFI, I say. Let's see what it's doing. 1033 is what I'm showing right at the moment on SOFI. And we just got the party started. Let me pop the favorite list here. Let's see what my watch list is showing right now. We've got Rocket Lab at 981. We have SOFI now 1031. We've got GameStop at 21.50, up 17 cents. Matterport at 476. We have 23andMe at 28 cents a share at the moment. Spire is at 939. ATIP at 570. SmartRent 167. Apple is up 350. Tesla's up 336. Microsoft up 127. We got Alphabet, that's Google, up 130. Amazon down a dime. Nvidia down 4 cents at 138.04. Meta, the old Facebook, 588 a share, down 237 a share. Goldman Sachs down $1. Cisco up 3 cents. Arc Innovations up 6. Pfizer up 20 cents. HPQ up 28. Unity up 27. AI down 4. Adobe up 120. Netflix down 398. IBM up another 124, pushing the all-time high 236.60, or at least the 52-week high, I should say. Vanik Semiconductors 260.95, down 32 cents. Home Depot up 405. Enphase down 417 to 97.30. It's backing off. Palantir down 65 cents, and Uber is off 144 to 83.50 after hitting $87 the day before yesterday. That is the story so far. Welcome all to the program. Welcome all to the show here. Great to have you with us. SOFI is hanging in here with a 1026 market or so. High of the session here, 1036. A key number for SOFI shares is $10.49. That is the highest level of the stock for the past 52 weeks. The 52-week high, 1049. We're at 1027, 22 cents away from that. So watch that closely. If we break 1049, get into the 1050 level, we might run to 1075 and 11 pretty quickly, because technically we break through the 52-week high, no stopping the stock. We could go quite aggressively further. So we'll see what gives. I'm showing at least 5 million traded. I don't know if I'm short on that or not, but that is what I see so far. Welcome all. Dude is saying Uncle Bruce is the best teacher for options. If you've taken the 17 lessons, you know this. If you haven't, well, I feel bad for you guys. Bagel Babe, welcome Steve Morgan to the channel. Steve, hey, Uncle Bruce, sorry to distract from SOFI. I caught you a long time ago to write GameStop calls when people were trying to figure out the squeeze to their favor. That was way back. Ostergaard just made a couple of bucks laying in bed in my underwear, staring at my screen, SOFI going up while watching YouTube. This is a neat way to make money. I kind of like this game. Dude, if Uncle Bruce spent the whole stream pitching classes, it wouldn't be enough. They are invaluable. The cheapness of these classes for what you get. Simple, easy to understand directions. Uh, what are you doing? Buy the classes already, says dude. Steve Morgan, hey friends. Steve, cashing your puts to enter is a great play. Absolutely. There you go, kids. Thank you for these kind words, everybody. Thank you for tolerating the old man. I'm just trying to tell you, you want to learn how to write options, you better understand what the hell you're doing. $5 trillion a week is turning over in this market. You can get your fair share of that action. Some of the most successful people in the markets, whether it's Wall Street, whether it's the U.S. markets, British markets, the European markets, option players, option writers. This is who makes the biggest money. Most hedge funds, institutional investors, all are into option writing. Insurance companies, bankers, you name it, they're all into option writing. The biggest risk takers in options are individual investors, retail investors that do not know what they're doing. They do not understand the options market. They don't grasp the timed shrinkage of contracts. They don't understand the way the leverage works against them when they're on the wrong side of the trade. Option writers understand how easy it is to write contracts, sell them to gamblers, take their money, sit on their cash, and give them back 10, 20 cents on the dollar, if that. It is a wonderful way to make money in this market. Anyone can do it. The key here is to understand the basics of the options business and how options work. So, 17 classes are waiting at this website. Just head on over there. They're $150 a class. There are people here who are now writing 20 contracts at a time at $2 a contract. They're bringing in $4,000 on a trade, and they paid $150 a class on how to learn how to do it. It is a great return on your money, but you've got to be willing to take these classes, watch them. They're an hour and a half long, give or take, and just wait it out. Just take them and watch them a second time, watch them a third time, whatever many times it takes. There are no tests. There's no exams. There's no pop quizzes. It's as easy as pie. But you better want to get into it. And if you put some effort into it, it'll pay you back handsomely. And what people find is they cannot believe how much money they're bringing in by writing options. They can't believe it. I have viewers here tell me all the time, I should have learned this 10 years ago. Why wasn't there an Uncle Bruce in the year 2000? I mean, I could have been doing this 15, 24 years already. Well, start today and do this for the rest of your life. Thank you all. Steve, Captain Bruce, I'm happy to talk about how I write and run my what is it thing? I currently holding many NVIDIA, 900 plus shares covered on coin, a USOI to keep my life easy, Gamma Delta set covered calls on USO. Selling shovels equals selling lottery tickets on the market when you don't need to pay out the winners. Giddy up. Well, like I said, kids, you can take money in from the gamblers and give back a fraction of it. You also have ways to roll forward your contracts if the stock market goes the wrong direction, if stocks are not depreciating or appreciating the way you thought. Contracts can be adjusted midstream. There's all kinds of ways to take advantage of this market. It's just waiting for you. You just have to understand the nuances of how options trade. 1031 is where SOFI is right now. 2145 is where GameStop is, up 12 cents. We're not trading very heavily here. We're not trading wildly, but they're now doing a collaboration of authentication. They're authorizing, you know what it is. Giddy up with PSA. I hope it works for him. I hope it's a positive thing. I just don't know whether do they need $4.5 billion of capital to get into this business? I don't think so. We'll see how this plays itself out. But I'm hopeful that GameStop will become a more diversified player in whatever it is they're going for, and put the $4.5 billion to work. Right now, it's just pulling in interest, and the company will make money every quarter. They'll earn a profit here because the interest on the money they have is pulling in more than it costs them to be in business. Fantastic. See how it plays out. The Dow right now is down 268, but S&P is up 2.5 points. NASDAQ is up 35. Oil is taking a dump. It's down 358 a barrel to 70.25. So we were at 75 to 80 bucks a share in the last couple of weeks, down to $70 a barrel. Israel has told the United States, we're not going to bomb Iran's oil fields or exporting areas. If we retaliate on Iran, it'll be militarily on military installations. Interesting stuff. Oil traders are going, ha. The other thing that's happening in the oil fields is that Saudi Arabia is rumored that they might start to flood the market with oil to punish other OPEC countries who are overproducing and cheating on their quotas. That is overhanging this market. The fact that Russia is dumping oil anywhere they can to anyone who will buy it is not helping the price either. And so 55 a barrel is totally doable if this were to take place. A opening up of the spigots for Saudi Arabia, this oil will drop to 55. You'll see $1.50 oil, $1.50 gas in certain areas of the U.S. Most of America will see between $2 and $2.50 a gallon for gas. If this were to happen, I don't know. We'll find out. Time will tell. Welcome to the party, everybody. Nice to have you with us. SoFi is sitting here at $10.30 a share, the highest level since January of last year. And if we break 10.49, that'll be the the highest trade in 52 weeks for SoFi. Technically, that is a big deal. Wouldn't surprise me in the least that we break that number today. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. The announcements that have been made by SoFi in the last 24 hours, game changers. Game changer for this company. Anyway, Susan Shop says, I spent last night rewatching this old man's writing cash secured puts and credit spread classes. There you go. Dude, the art of writing, rolling, and rocking. I have measured credit spreads and rolling for profits, watching his premium shrink every week. Giddy up. Giddy up. We'll find out how everyone does. So thank you, all of you, for your kind words. And well done. Like I said, well done for those of you who have learned the right options, who are bringing in steady income now. You're bringing in premium income from poor man covered calls, credit spreads you're doing. Beautiful job, everybody. Keep up the good work. Host regard, I'm a computer science student. I have a lot of fun with AI. I asked ChatGPT that based on your knowledge on Uncle Bruce, what fictional character does he share the most personality traits with? I'm afraid to ask. It answered as follows: based on Uncle Bruce's personality, a fictional character who shares similar traits would be Ben Parker, Uncle Ben from Spider-Man. Well, how about that? Cool stuff. All right. I guess that's a compliment. Interesting. We have 307 answers to the poll question today. Thank you guys for participating here. Love that you're doing that. 63% of you are telling me that we have less than 5,000 shares of SoFi. 15% of you are saying you have 5 to 10,000 shares. 15% of 307, that's like almost 50 of you. 11% of you are saying I have 10 to 20,000 shares. That's like 33, 34 people. And 10% of you, that's more than 30 of you, are saying 20,000 and more. That's how many shares of SoFi I've got. On the thumbs up meter, 172. Thank you, everybody, for 172 thumbs ups. Keep them coming in if you can. We're going to break 200 here this morning. This is awesome stuff. If you're watching on the rerun, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. If you're live, 315 of you are here this morning. Welcome to the party, pal. You're on SoFi and you deserve it. Every penny this SoFi is going up is penny you've earned to make. Every dollar you're getting is a dollar you've earned it. And there's more coming your way. I'm pumped for all of you. Steve, Uncle Ben definitely diversified his portfolio, says Steve. Hostergaard, calm and wise demeanor, like Uncle Ben. Uncle Bruce offers guidance with a sense of calm and patience. Hostergaard, both characters exhibit a steady, measured approach to situations, providing valuable wisdom without rushing into decisions. Focus on long-term values. Uncle Ben's famous motto, with great power comes great responsibility. It reflects a long-term, thoughtful perspective, much like Uncle Bruce's investment philosophy, which encourages patience and steady growth over chasing quick wins. Mentorship role. Uncle Bruce serves as a mentor to many retail investors, similar to how Uncle Ben acted as a guiding figure for Peter Parker, instilling values and providing important life lessons. There you go. Both figures are approachable, trusted sources of advice, looking to empower those who listen to them with practical wisdom for long-term success. Sorry for spamming. Just thought it was amusing. Thank you very much. Susan Shops, what's your best number of shares folks should hold for later option income to supplement retirement? How many shares of SOFI should one have? Well, if you've got SOFI, look, if you've got you got 10,000 shares of SOFI, you're going to be able to write 100 call options at a time. If you can write 100 call options every 6 months and bring in $4 per write, you're bringing in 40 grand twice a year on 10,000 shares. That's 80 grand a year. That goes a long way to living a comfortable lifestyle. If you only have 4 or 5,000 shares and they reach 12, 15, 18 a share, you convert them, you sell them off into the market, take the cash, and now buy deep in the money calls, maybe 5s or 7s or 8s or 10s, and you can double the number of calls you can write. Instead of being able to write 30 calls on 3,000 shares, you can write 60 calls on poor man covered call strategies by buying deep in the money calls. There you go. Now you're writing 60 calls. If you've got 50, you're going to write 100. It all depends. There's all kinds of strategies here. Double D, Uncle Bruce, when should tax loss selling start? Mid-November, ballpark is probably when it'll begin. Maybe early November, depending on how bad off stocks are. It would have to be losers that would come into play first. Look, those of you who can't write covered calls, you've got, say, you've got 10, 20,000 bucks and you can't buy 10,000 shares of SOFI. You can't buy 100 deep in the money calls with 10 or 20 grand. With 10 or $20,000, you can, however, look into writing credit spreads. It might be call or put credit spreads. You may find that you're going to do $3 range between a put that you write and a put that you buy. You're going to need $300 to do each pairing. With 9 grand, you're doing 30. With 18, you're doing 60 credit spreads in a shot. Now, if 60 credit spreads can bring you $1, you're going to bring in $100 times 30 or 60. That's 3 or 6 grand per position, and that might be a 2 to 4 week turnover. So there is some dollars to be had here. It's just a matter of the shares rising to a high enough level to afford us these luxuries. I'm sticking. I'll be around. You'll be around. Well, it should be fun. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, everybody. Due to saying it might come this year at this rate. Seems like a bull market unless something changes. It might not come. Who knows? Let's see what else is going on. Steve Morgan is saying here, a lot of times people buy a call they can afford that is so far out of the money that it has a near 0% chance, and it exists as a hedge. When they understand the verticals, it changes. Again, the key here is to be a writer. I cannot emphasize enough. Learn how to write calls and puts. Be a casino and deal from there. You might need to really hold yourself back to do it all. Some of you I know, are eager to just try everything under the sun. For some of you, the best course of action may well be to only be a call writer, whether it's covered calls or poor man covered calls. For some of you, the best course of action is to be a cash secured put writer. That's it. CSPs. Sit on a mountain of money, pulling in daily interest and once every month or two or three or four, you do a trade. Again, it's all on your personality. It's all on how much time you can dedicate to the market. It's all how busy you are with other things. There's a lot that goes into this. All right, as Deep Value says, SoFi is now up 50% in the last 3 months. Oh, we gotta love that. SoFi right now, I think we're at $10.41 or so. 1049 is the magic number, the high of the 52 weeks. We've had a 1042 print already within 7 cents of a 52-week high is what's going on SoFi right now. Not a bad thing at all. Looks like we're at 2164 on GameStop, about a 31-cent improvement at the moment. 2168 is the high of the day. We're just about there. No complaints whatsoever. Giddy up, everybody. I see 14 million traded on SoFi, and I might be light on that number. We could be substantially higher than that. I don't have all the tools available to me that I'd like to have. We may be at 16 million volume by now on the SoFi shares. 1042 seems to be the last trade. That would be the high of the day right now, with a 282-point drop on the Dow. Looks like 295-point drop on the Dow so far today. That's what's going on here, kids. I hope you're having fun today. Thanks again for all of you coming through today. Thank you for these thumbs ups. Thank you for answering my poll question today already. Appreciate that. If you're watching on the rerun, please participate and help out. Fabulous. Rocket Lab is down 15. AI is up 16 cents. GameStop up 31. SoFi up 39 to 1043. We're down 195 on NVIDIA. What else is going on over here? Apple's up 545. A nice day today. 264 gain on Tesla, back to 221.80. Google up 196. Microsoft up 177. Meta down $3. Amazon up 83 cents. Supermicro up 14 cents. Uber down 130. Adobe up 740. AMD down 457. Unity is up 58 cents a share. Enphase is sitting at what is that price right there? Down 437 to 97.10. Not having a good day over there. Spire up 9 to 948. Cisco's up a dime. ATIP down 13. Moderna down 4. Pfizer's up 35 cents. IBM at 235.64 up 38. HBQ up 33. Home Depot up 258. Goldman down 60 cents. Boeing is up 43 cents at 149 a share. We've got Target up 260. JP Morgan up 115. Costco up 798. Walmart up 79 cents. Disney down 6. American Airlines up 40 cents. DraftKings at 37.88 down a nickel. AMC is up 2 cents at 414. Rocket Lab 250 higher, up 250 at 199.28. That's where Royal Caribbean is at the moment. 1041 on SoFi, and now I'm showing 1037 a share with a high of 1044 with a 52-week high of 1049. We're slowly coming to it. We back off a little bit, then we come up again, and we back off, and we come up again. We could break the 52-week high today, and if we do, it could be quite a bit of a run from there. We'll see. Time will tell. 332 results are in on the poll question. Thank you very much for doing that for us. And on the thumbs up meter, we are now showing a total of 186 thumbs ups. We are 14 away from 200. Thank you all so very much for this this little show of faith. Appreciate you all. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see, Uncle Bruce, can you see Tesla back to 240 within a month? Earnings and election coming up? I honestly do not know. I don't know if you want to write a call or not. I don't know if you want to do a credit spread, want to do an iron condor on that stock, whether you want to sell the shares and write an out of the money cash secured put instead. I don't know which way to go. As you know, I asked the AI based on the conversation I had with it, which fictional character was most like me. It said I was like Tony Stark. A friend did the same, told him he was like Shrek. RB, GameStop announces collaboration with Professional Sports Authenticator Division. PSA offers the world's largest and most trusted trading card and autograph authentication and grading services. Yes, we have heard that, RB, and we noticed that the shares of GameStop are at $21.50, just up 17. Not a major impact at this point, but that's an interesting announcement. That could bring in a whole additional group of people into the stores, which, of course, means the stores have a shot at selling them something else. Yes, very interesting. SOFI now 10.45. 10.45 on your SOFI. This, I believe, is the high of the day. We're at 10.46 for the high of the day now. 3 cents short of the highest trade in 52 weeks. Getting very close to zeroing in on the high of the year for your SOFI. And I think we can break it. And I think we can go past 10.50 and maybe go for 10.75. Could be something very good today. We don't mind. I know those of you who have written cash secured puts in the last 2 or 3 weeks are smiling ear to ear, as you should be. I note right now that the $10 cash secured puts, the puts that were written for Jan 2026, the 10s are 210 bid. They were trading at 320 to 340 a piece when I started recommending some of you look to sell your stock and write those cash secured puts. The 12s are now at 335 bid. They were in the 450 level. The 15s are 555 bid right now. And so we're seeing these puts continue to back off in price at the moment. And those of you who have sold at 275, 280, 293, 310, 320, 330, 340 on those $10 puts are laughing now. You're ahead anywhere from 60, 80 cents, $1.10, $1.20 already in a pretty short period of time. Looking very, very good. And you deserve everything you get. All good things. I love it. 1041 right at this moment on SOFI with a high of 1046 so far today. That's what we've got, what we've had going on today so far. The Dow is still down 270, but the S&P 500 is up 3.3. NASDAQ is up 45 points. Dow is being held back by somebody. Let's see who is causing the problem with the Dow Jones. The loser today, United Healthcare, down $62 a share. That's the reason the Dow is off. This is a 10% drop on United Healthcare. Chevron is off 1.9%, where United Healthcare is down 10.2%. Caterpillar is down 0.9 of a percentage point. Intel down 2/3 of a point. Dow Chemical down 0.4%. Honeywell down 0.3. Salesforce down 0.3. Walt Disney down 1/4 of a point. Coca-Cola down 6/100ths of a point. All other Dow stocks are up. The winner today, Apple up 2.4%, Johnson & Johnson up 1.9%, Walmart up 0.98%, JP Morgan up 0.85%, American Express up 0.82%, Home Depot up 0.78%. So most of the Dow shares are up on the day, but one stock is the big loser, United Health Group Inc., down 61.97 at 543 a share, down 10.2% today. That is what's dropping the Dow today so far at this point in time. Interesting. It's a 275-point drop for the Dow just on this stock. Just this stock. That is the issue here. Interesting. They've downgraded 24-25 earnings guidance. And that's why the shares are off as much as they are. There's the story. I'm sticking to it. We'll see if this continues to affect the Dow, how the stock will react going forward. Is it a one-day drop and then we calm down? I do not know. 1049 right now. Your SOFI shares right now are at the high of the year. They have matched the high of the year, $10.49. Giddy up. Welcome back, everybody, to the 52-week high. The volume on SOFI so far this morning, 22.2 million shares, Typical volume is 42, 43 million. So we're at half typical daily volume, and we've been open 35 minutes. We have reached 1049 now for the first time since last year. We haven't broken it to the 1050, but we're right there at the level of the high of the year for SOFI. I believe it's going higher. That's my hunch. I think SOFI will break 1049, will break 1050, maybe 1060. We could see 1075 sometime this morning, the way this has been going. The volume coming in on this stock will not hold it back. The shorters are in big trouble. The shorters, 181 million shares are short on SOFI. These guys have had a terrible couple of weeks. We've gone from the low sevens now to the mid tens. That is a massive move on these shorters, and they are getting their butts handed to them right now, and it looks like it's going to get worse. We could see $11 a share here. That puts these guys $4 worse off than they were 2.5 weeks ago. It's a crying shame, really. I'm just so saddened by it. It just breaks me up. I can hardly go on. It used to be so much easier. What can I say? Welcome all to the party, pal. And it's great to have you in here. Susan Shops, I'm thumbs up 196. Thank you. Appreciate that. RB, it's great to put a smile on my mother's face as SOFI goes up when I show her stock account. You got to love that, RB. I like that. Way to go, pal. Beautiful. Oh, my goodness. What else going on? 1047 says Juan on the stock. Susan, you can write naked or cash secured puts. If you write put spreads, you can only do them when the margin account. Spicy says 1050, baby. Let's see. What else is going on here? Hostergaard, I wrote those 7 puts, Jan 26, $10 strike, $3 premium based on the money. Had been able to buy them, well, 5 of them, then 2 more with the premium. But could you have bought more on margin? Should I have? You done well. Hostergaard, I hear 30% margin is acceptable. Apparently buying with premium made me have 18% margin. Not sure how I should think about margins, but a bit nervous about them. Well, I don't really recommend you go into margin to do cash secured puts, but I do love the returns. You got to love it. 1044 at the moment on the GameStop shares. 1046, excuse me. The high trade of the day. I'm just going to refresh my sheets here, my machine. Looks like 1049 has been the high trade of the day with 23 million traded now, 23.1 million. We're at 1046 on SOFI, 3 cents away from the high of the 52 weeks, which we've hit already today. We may see a run right through the 1050 and beyond mark at any time. More than happy to see that. I say go, baby, go. Go, SOFI, go. Let's run this puppy and go even higher than this. 1047 has just been shown so far here on the day. Giddy up, everybody. Hope you're having fun out there. I like it. Thanks again for these thumbs ups and answering the poll question today. Much appreciated that you're all with us. 205 thumbs ups. You guys are awesome. Thank you. 354 votes on the poll question. 10% of you say, I hold more than 20,000 shares of SOFI. 10% of 35 people, 354 people actually. 10 to 20,000 shares, 10%. 5 to 10,000 shares, 15% of you. And less than 5,000 shares, 64% of you say, I've got less than 5,000 SOFI. But every share you have makes you a winner. I love this party. 1042 right now on the stock with the high of the day of 1049. There you go. You're gonna see these fluctuations. Almost 24 million traded. A lot of trading going through here, and the shorters are getting whacked. Every penny is costing them a ton of money. 1.8 million a penny is what they're losing every time the stock goes up. So how about them apples? Most interesting what's going on out there, guys. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is great. Love it, love it, love it. Mm, 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 mm. There we go. Giddy up, everybody. Rocket Lab down 8 cents at 9.80. That might take a run past 10. SoFi 10.41. Nice. GameStop is at 21.62 now, up 29 cents. Matterport down 4 cents. 23andMe is down a half a penny. Spire is up 6. ATIP down 13. SmartRent up 4. Apple's up 5.40. Tesla up 160. Microsoft 112 higher. Google up 220, Amazon up 37, Nvidia down 370, Meta down 490, Goldman down 340 a share, Cisco up 22, Arc Innovations up 36, Pfizer up 32, HPQ up 44, Unity up 93, AI is up 34 cents to 27.92 after hitting a low of 18.85 only a month and a half ago, in the last 5-6 weeks. Come up almost $10. Adobe up $5 today. Netflix down 5.30. IBM up 82 cents. Giddy up, kids. Welcome to the party, pal. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Jen and I are on board the Queen Mary 2. Getting ready to leave Hamburg today. It's 4:11 right now. We're going to start leaving Hamburg probably around 5 o'clock, I guess. I thank you all for joining me today. We'll be on the air tomorrow for sure. Again, covering this market. So join me. Become a member of this channel if you can. If you become a Gold Bagel member, you can join me for the pre-alert show half an hour before this one starts every day. We welcome you for that as well. Thank you for subscribing to this channel and becoming members lately. Those of you who've joined in. Those of you who've been picking up the classes, I cannot thank you enough. And I cannot congratulate you enough because you are investing in yourself. There's no question every time I sell a class, it is revenue to me. But the key here is it is more valuable information to you in your hands to make you an option writer, a better, smarter, better educated option writer. You're just stacking the odds in your favor because you're the casino. 211 thumbs ups, man. Are you guys awesome today? Thank you so much for these thumbs ups. If any of you can hit that thumbs up button, please do so and help us out, especially on the rerunner too. Thank you so very much. Keep an eye on SoFi, on the GameStop, on Rocket Lab, and everything else. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you for being here. Is it too late to write Jan 26 puts? Oh gosh, no. Write 12s. Write the 12s. Write the 15s if you've got $1,500 or 3,000 or 4,500. Why not? H. Gregory 208. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Moving to Anchorage, Alaska for work, my primary job, but will continue to make money selling options. Rock and roll, H. Gregory. Way to go, pal. Well, right now, says Hostergaard, I'm at a point where I made this month's rent on options. It ain't much, but once someone's got to make a living for my landlord and pay his loans. There you go. Wiedersehen from Steve. Thank you, Steve, for joining in. I wasn't able to read all your comments today. You're awesome, man. Thanks for being here. Deep value options. Neat. Don't forget the knee emojis. So, keep in mind who powers this market, the secret forces behind the market, the Knights of Neat, of course. Thank you all. 27-cent gain on SoFi, 10:30. We'll see if there's another run here. I'll be watching it. You're watching it. Thanks for your updates. Thanks for messages. Keep the drive alive. Get richer. Learn how to write options. And we will see you here tomorrow for another fun day of making money. I like this game. I hope you do too. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.